Welcome back to the Now Morning Show. Just 20 minutes to the hour of 7 o'clock, and our next conversation is not just focusing on home, but taking us to Canada. Joining us this morning in studio is Aiden O'Garro, Student Ambassador of Trent University, to share a little bit more about his experience and the scholarship opportunities for Caribbean students. Good morning, Aiden, and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having me here.
It's a pleasure to have you, and I think I should say welcome home as well.
Yes, it's so lovely to be home.
I was just about to ask, and especially you're coming back during the carnival season. How does that feel?
It's very exciting. There's really no place like home.
There we go. You see, this is why the NCC chose so well. So, tell us a little bit, Aiden, about your experience thus far from Trinidad and Tobago going to Trent University. How did this happen?
So I would have found out about Trent when they came to Trinidad for a recruitment event. They had the biochemistry and molecular biology program, which is what I'm currently studying. And it has really been such an amazing experience. You know, I'm a beneficiary of 2 scholarships from Trent, which has really made my international educational dreams a reality. It's such a transformative experience, you know, having 19 years of doing a Caribbean education and now having a level of global education. It's really such an amazing experience.
Well, congratulations to you, first of all, on this brilliant achievement. 2 scholarships. Of course, again, as you said, bringing these dreams to reality, which ideally for many is not something that they believe to be on the cards for themselves, which is why it's so important that we have this conversation. So let's go a little bit into the International Scholarship Program of Trent University and some of the support services.
Yeah, so Trent has a wide variety of scholarships available to students. We actually recently increased our scholarship offerings, and it's just known as a top scholarship university in Ontario. You know, we have a wide array of scholarships. Students are automatically considered for an entrance scholarship, which you don't even need to do a separate application for. So once you have an 80% average or above, in our CAPE, it would be an equivalent. You're automatically considered, so I'm a beneficiary of that. And then we also have our prestigious scholarship awards where students can get up to 136,000 Canadian dollars to support them throughout their academic journey.
Absolutely fantastic. It's amazing what you just mentioned, particularly with the fact that there are some that you're just considered once you have a particular grade and up. So that opens and evens the playing field even more. Let's go into your experience now, because, you know, we see many times friends, family members, even strangers, they go abroad to university and you always hear about the experience. I think I'll say in a nutshell. But what about you? What was it like leaving Trinidad, as you mentioned, the Caribbean education system, and going, let's be frank, to the cold?
Yes, the cold. So at first it was a very daunting experience, you know, after spending my entire life in Trinidad, now leaving behind all my family, my friends, and charting unknown waters. It was very daunting at first, but Trent was really a huge support system for me. They're ranked #1 in Canada for student support services for undergraduate students. The international office, my college office, they provided me with a wealth of information that made me feel well prepared to take on the task at hand. Even when I got to Canada, you know, there were opportunities such as shuttle pickups from the airport to support students, mental health sessions, because as you know, making that change can have an effect on your mental health. Different events, you know, we recently had a curry cook-off at the Trent International team, which was very interesting as a Caribbean student. You know, I love curry.
Right.
So seeing that in Canada was such an interesting experience for me.
And honestly, who made the best curry?
Who could do it like Trinidad, right?
There we go. Wonderful. Representing and flying the flag high in the culinary skills and also in the scientific field as well. Is it something you always wanted to study? What you mentioned was molecular and biochemistry.
Yes, I'm currently doing biochemistry and molecular biology. I always had a knack for science. I would have done the natural sciences for CAPE and CSEC. And what I love about Trent is they have such a diverse program offering and an interdisciplinary approach. So while I'm doing biochemistry and molecular biology with a specialization in health science, I'm also doing a minor in business administration. So you can get the best of both worlds, or however many worlds that you want to study at Trent, because they don't limit you to one program or one area of study. You can mix and match and basically make your degree your own, which is one of the things I love at Trent. You know, there are so many specialization options, there are co-op options for students to get first-hand work experience that counts towards their degree during their time at Trent, which I think in this ever-evolving world and the saturated undergraduate job market, where it's so competitive, really sets our students apart.
And definitely is something that's critical. Of course, now we're speaking about the undergraduate side of things, and I'm sure Trent, as with many other universities, has the option for postgrad. But I want to go back to your transition again, because it's always such a fascinating topic. What was the application process like? Because as the word you would have used earlier is daunting in reference to some other things. And for many, it can be quite daunting to have to just go through the application process. So can you walk us through it?
Yeah, so applying to Trent, honestly, it's easy as 1, 2, 3, right? For me, I applied directly to Trent, but there's also the OUAC application. So that's for students that are applying to many Canadian universities. So you do one application, it goes out to all your different universities. However, as I said, I would have applied directly to Trent. Once you do your application, you make sure you meet the requirements. So for us in the Caribbean, our requirements, you have to have a minimum grade 3 average in your CAPE scores. You submit your CAPE and CSEC certificates. And I would have submitted my application in last year, well, the year before, in December, and I got my notice of acceptance in January. So it's such a streamlined process. Once you get your acceptance letter, you apply for your provincial attestation letter, and then you're Trent bound.
What's a provincial attestation letter?
Your provincial attestation letter. So this is something that goes with your study permit.
Okay.
So it's a stage to get to your study permit.
Your study permit, because of course, as with that, you do need your permits and so much more to be able to take full advantage of the specifically, I'll say educational, but financial opportunities as well. Now, you spoke about the fact that it's easy. You've had such a great time so far. You've definitely shown that we make the best curry in the world, so thank you for that. What are you looking forward to next at Trent?
What am I looking forward to next? Oh, so many things, you know. I have really had such an amazing experience throughout my time. You know, I work at the Office of the President at Trent, which is mind-blowing to me. You know, little Caribbean Aiden would have never thought that I would have been working in the Office of the President at my international university. You know, I work with the communications department a lot at Trent, so I'm involved in a lot of their media campaigns. You know, I have to represent for home, right?
Of course.
Involved in their media campaigns, their photo shoots. Honestly, it's really been such a wonderful experience.
It sounds like you're having more fun than school, to be quite honest, which I mean, we love that because that's what it is. It's about having fun as well. It's not always hard and fast, and you'll be able to find that balance. Would you say that Trent provides that balance for you, education and socially wise?
They do. We work hard and we play hard, just like we do home.
And where can we get more information about Trent University?
More information. So we are trentu.ca if you want to go to our main website, and then if you're looking for more information about our international, it's trentu.ca/international, and it's amazing information there. Students can navigate very easily.
And a good option, and make sure, of course, that you pack something warm.
Yes.
All right. Well, Trent, my apologies, not Trent, Aiden, before we close our conversation, do you have any closing comments for Trinidad and Tobago, and also for those who are interested in going abroad, but ideally don't know where to start?
Yeah, I would say doing your research is obviously very important. So looking at your options and just doing what you love. On top of that, I think it's important to mention that long gone are the days where universities are just looking for academics, students that are just getting good grades. They want all-rounded students that are involved. So I think that's a major thing that students need to do. You need to get involved in your community, get involved in different things at school, because they want to know who you are outside of being a student, because you're going into the working world, you're going to be interacting with people. So I think it's very important to get that diverse experience, and that's one thing that I feel like my alma mater here, Bishop Sancy and Trinity College Sixth Form, they really prepared us well for that, making sure that we got, you know, community service experience, making sure that we were involved in school. You know, my scholarship is a leadership scholarship, and the leadership opportunities that I had during my time at Sixth Form, you know, being head boy and being president of Interact, I think all those stuff all came together to get me to this point.
Wow, absolutely amazing. Well, Aiden, I know there are only great things, more great things for you in the future. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I hope you enjoy being home. You enjoy all the great food, even though you have curry up there. You know, there's nothing like eating at home itself. And hoping that we are going to have you back soon. I feel like we will see you do more great things.
Thank you for the opportunity.
It's a pleasure to have you. Aiden O'Garro with us this morning, student ambassador for Trent University, speaking about scholarship opportunities for Caribbean students and a lot more, and also encouraging you, if you haven't decided to take the jump or you're not too sure, to go and check it out and trust and believe in yourself. We'll be back in a few moments. Stay tuned. This is the Now Morning Show.